Michael, what are the top AI tools that I need as a consultant right now? I get that question a lot. I've hesitated to make this video. I'll tell you why. Because AI technology evolves so quickly, there's a good chance that what I'm about to share with you, there'll be something new, like yesterday or now. It just changes. That being said, I've got this request so many times from clients, people wondering, what should I use? What's the best? So on and so forth. I'm gonna share some tools with you, AI tools that I've used or that I've heard great things about, and I hope this will be valuable for you. But recognize that there's almost always gonna be something new that comes out. All right, so let's get into it. The first tool, ChatGPT and Claude AI. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're great. They do a lot of things. What do I use them for? So I use both of these for creating ideas for content, for brainstorming, for content editing. So for example, I can go into ChatGPT or Claude and I can say, give me 10 ideas related to whatever the topic is and whoever the audience is, and it will give me ideas. Now I can look at those and I can decide, well, do I want to go deeper into any one of them? When I've created presentations or facilitated sessions for clients and in workshops and events, I will use these tools to help me to create the curriculum or the agenda, the topics. The most important thing though that I want to say here is don't just take what these AI tools give you. Make sure that you refine, that you edit, that you adjust it because you're the expert. AI is not the expert. AI is great at giving you outputs, but where do those outputs actually come from? So this is why your expertise is so critical and why I would not suggest that you just take AI and have it just dump out a bunch of stuff for you and just, you publish or just use it as is, because it'll likely lack your perspective, your opinion, your experience. And that's critical, right? To really showing up as an expert, you need to embed all that stuff into what you put out. But I do use this again for brainstorming, for getting ideas. I use both of these for editing ideas. So you can take an email, put it in and say, review this email and improve the grammar and flow, or act as a world-class copywriter and suggest ways to make this email more effective so it gets a higher level of response. And you can see what it outputs. Again, don't just accept what it gives you. You need to look at it and think strategically and critically and go, yeah, does this make sense? Should I adjust this or does it work as it is? It's also great for some initial levels of research, although keep in mind that many of these kind of models, if you will, AI models or language models, what they're outputting is not up to date to today, right? So when it gives you research findings or any kind of output, it might be a little bit old. You need to fill those gaps in, but still it's great for starting research and doing some initial kind of market analysis. All right, let's talk about another tool that you might have heard of or not heard of. It's called Beautiful.ai. Another one I believe is called Tome. These are AI-powered tools for presentation design. They can help you with professional slide creation, dynamic template adaption, quick client deck generation. And yeah, you might be going like, there's other ones, there's better ones. Yeah, I get it. This is why I've hesitated to do a video like this, because there's so many out there that can do what we're talking about. But these are just a few that I've heard about or have used. I have not used Beautiful AI or Tome, so I can't speak to how good they are, but I know that there are some really great presentation design tools out there that can help you so you don't have to spend a ton of time creating, slides and trying to make them look all beautiful, or even getting a designer to customize for you. A lot of these AI tools will do a really great job for you. Let's talk about Otter AI Fireflies. These are two, although again, there's a whole bunch more that will do meeting transcription for you. And these can typically be connected to, for example, your Zoom account. And so when you have a meeting with someone, it'll automatically create that transcription for you. They're also good in many cases to help you to extract action items or give you summaries of the meeting that you've had. The nice thing about these is that they're also searchable in most cases. So imagine that you have a meeting with somebody and you think afterwards, yeah, they said something about this new initiative in Brazil. What did they say? I can't remember exactly. Like there was something about that, but I remember it was, it was related to that. You can go into them, you can search, and now you can find the specific timestamp of when they said it, where in the conversation they said it, what was the context, what did they actually say. So these are great if you're having a lot of meetings and very cost efficient as well. Okay, Copy.ai, Jasper. These are early. I remember Jasper becoming popular even before it was actually called Jasper. It was called something else, but I remember they were quite early in creating AI tools for copywriting. So if you're looking to create emails, social media posts, email campaigns, sequences, things of that nature. These are two tools that people use. So I have not used both these tools recently, or for quite some time, because I found that I can actually get the output that I need just by using something like Claude or ChatGPT. And of course, some of you use Gemini, some of you use Perplexity. These are all really great, powerful. Test them, see what you like best. Another AI that did not start off necessarily as an AI, but certainly is today, ask Grammarly, right? If you do a lot of writing and if English is not your first language, then a tool like Grammarly can be really helpful to enhance your writing, help you be more consistent, polish your writing, and help you just to feel more confident that your writing is showing up professionally. And language is important, right? Let's just establish that if you're writing and you're communicating a lot and you're coming across making a lot of grammatical mistakes or something else like that, then a tool like Grammarly might be a helpful one for you. All right, I'm gonna get to the next one because this is one that I've used from way back in the day when it was very early. I'm sure many of you use it as well, but I absolutely love it, and that's Loom, right? Loom for videos. I think a lot of people use Loom these days to send videos to people. Great, right? Fantastic. We do a ton of that internally. Every day I record Loom videos to share with my team, to send to clients. But the other use case for Loom, which I really enjoy, is documenting how we do certain things. And then I can share that with the team, and that can be turned into an SOP, right? A standard operating procedures. Now, if you have a team, you want to get everybody into this mindset of using a tool like Loom, because you can then build a database or folders of videos that show how to do something. So imagine hiring, you're bringing on a new person, rather than having to explain a ton of stuff to them, or rather than just having them read an old kind of manual, they can just watch the videos and see your screen and hear you talk, or somebody on your team. That's much more powerful and much more effective. So I love it for training. I love it for communication. We use it all the time. I'm a big fan of Loom. All right, next. Notion AI. So Notion can be great for kind of organizing documents. It can be really good as a client portal. It can be a powerful tool for kind of a knowledge base. Some people even use it for project management. I've seen some people use it even as an LMS, where they have content and they want to give their clients access to a whole bunch of content. We don't personally use it, but I've used it as a client of others who have used it, and I found it to be fine, right? So that's just another one for you to take a look at if you're looking for a simple way to host information and content and give people access to it. We should talk about visuals, right? So Dall-E Midjourney, some people love these. I haven't had the best experience with some of these tools, but I have not been a heavy user of them. And now, more recently, Claude actually allows you to create visuals. I just had a conversation with a consultant who does a lot of AI stuff. He showed me and told me all about how he is using, actually, he's not using Claude, he's using, or maybe he's using Claude, either Claude or ChatGPT, to create all kinds of visuals. And so they're getting better and better at this. That's the key thing. If you know what prompts, right? What to put in, what to say, what to ask, you can actually create some really cool banners, graphics, social post visuals for marketing materials and otherwise, even lead magnet kind of covers of books, things of that nature with those tools. But definitely take a look at Midjourney and Dall-E as well if you want to dive deeper. Now, another favorite of mine, and I've been talking about this for years, Krisp AI. I'm using it right now. Now, what is Krisp AI? Krisp AI is something you can install on your computer, your laptop. I believe they even have a cell phone, mobile phone version, which I do not use, but I use it for my computers. And what it does is it trains on your voice, and then it will cut out all the background noise. So for those of you who have young kids, for those of you who have extremely loud and maybe obnoxious spouses, or for those of you that have pets, or maybe you work from a cafe often, a hotel, any environment where there's a lot of background noise, what Krisp does is it knocks that out. It removes the noise so that you only hear your voice. I remember when I was at an office previous to where I am right now, and the door to my office went to the lane, right? Went behind the building. Well, that's also where the garbage truck, this was kind of a commercial building, but the garbage truck would come down and pick up garbage. So you hear it. I'd be recording podcasts. I would hear it, but nobody else would hear it because the recording Krisp would knock it out. And so it keeps amazing quality. I've referred this to so many people over the years. I get nothing. I'm not involved in Krisp. I wish I was an investor in Krisp and Loom for the amount of time that I use it and talk about about both these programs and services, but I get absolutely nothing, just the joy of hopefully making your lives better. But Krisp, yeah, a complete game changer. Highly recommend it. And I'll offer you one more, which I have not been a big user of directly, but I think it has a lot of value. And I think for some of you, you'll absolutely love it. And that is a program called Text Expander. I think there may also be one called Text Blaze. Now, what these do is instead of writing out the same thing over and over again, like let's say that you often respond to certain types of emails, or you often write emails for whatever purpose covering like the same kinds of topics. Well, you can create shortcuts and then simply type in those shortcuts and it'll expand the text. So think about the use cases of when you are saying the same things, directing people to the same link, responding, replying. Text Expander will make that much easier. It'll save you a lot of time because it allows you to almost kind of put these little snippets in. What I've personally done, my kind of hack, if you will, around this, or what I do today, is inside of Gmail, right? We have Google kind of Mail for our whole company and all of our team and everybody's on that. I use templates, and for the situations where I might be responding, replying, saying the same thing or something very similar, I just save that as a template and I can just quickly go in, select that template, it'll show up, and then I can customize it as needed and then send it off. A lot of CRMs will do this as well, HubSpot, so forth. They have templates, but I think some of you will just absolutely love what something like Text Expander can do. All right, I think that was 10 tools. There's so many more, guys. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of AI tools that is coming out every single week. I can't keep track of them all. I'm not gonna even try to keep track of them all. But what I will say is that AI is the worst it's going to be right now, meaning it's only going to get better. There's always going to be new stuff. You can go down a rabbit hole trying to learn all about every single AI tool, trying to stay on top of them all. I'm going to suggest, unless you're doing it as a hobby or unless you're an AI consultant yourself, don't do that because you will waste so much time. However, AI, again, it's here to stay. It's only going to get better. I do believe strongly that you and your team should be using these types of tools. Now, if you have a team, then you as the founder, you as the owner of the business, right, should not be spending your time creating graphics. You should not be spending your time using tools, using AI tools to help you to analyze data. Your team should be. So if you have a marketing person or an admin, they should be the ones mastering how to create graphics with Dall-E or Midjourney or Claude or whatever it is. So find the match between the appropriate AI and the appropriate team member and role and have them learn that. You should not be trying to master every potential AI tool out there because that's a great big waste of your time. I hope this has been helpful. There's so many more out here, but these are a few that you can certainly take a look at and I believe will help you. I'd love to hear what tools are you using. So if you're on YouTube right now, if you're watching this, go ahead and put in the comments and let me know what AI tools you are using. If you're seeing this on LinkedIn, then put in the comments. If you're listening in the podcast, get in touch. Let us know. Go to YouTube or go to LinkedIn or whatever. Yeah, I'd love to know more about what you are all using, what you're finding is effective and helpful in your consulting business. And as always, if you want more resources to grow your consulting business, to take things to the next level, if you want to go from 6 figures to 7 figures, if you want to build a team, if you want to scale, if you want to just be more strategic about how you grow your consulting business, that is what we are doing every single day inside of the Clarity Coaching Program and at Consulting Success. We've worked with over 1,000 consultants personally, helping them to scale, to grow their consulting businesses in a more profitable, more strategic, and more sustainable way. And so if you want to reach those next levels of business and personal success, click on the link below this video here or go to consultingsuccess.com, click on coaching, get in touch. We'd love to have a conversation with you to talk about your specific situation and how we can help you. And we'll talk about a plan to make that a reality for you.